everybody, and happy Topic Tuesday to you. For Topic Tuesday today, I decided to do my best of 2012. I already had done that tag, which was answering those questions, which I will link below. But I had a lot of people kind of ask if I was going to do more of an in-depth kind of what were my favorite products of 2012. So that is what I'm going to do for you today. I'm going to do my best to not make this like 18 hours long. I tried to pick like one or two things in kind of each product category. I didn't necessarily try to get something from high-end and from drugstore, but that is just kind of how it happened, so that's a good thing. So yeah, we're just going to get started. For primers this year, my two favorites were, I cannot talk, the Veil Mineral Primer from Hourglass. I've talked about this before. I love how this feels on my skin. I feel that it brightens my skin, it smooths out my skin. I love every foundation over this. I haven't found a foundation that I don't like to use this under. So that, and then from drugstore actually, and I remember I fell back in love with this during drugstore December, and that was the Fix and Perfect. It actually is. It's Fixed and Perfect. I just assume they really mean Perfect. Pro from Rimmel. This is the one with blue cap. Again, I like this. It has a little bit different feel than this one. But it says it smooths, resurfaces, brightens, mattifies, protects. I feel like it does all of those, and I don't feel like it over mattifies my dry skin. So I really enjoy using that. Foundation wise, I kind of have three favorites. I still do not have a go-to high-end foundation. I have lots that I like and that I've liked over the years, but I don't have one that I love. Estee Lauder Double Wear maybe, but I haven't tried it out long enough. So, two of the BB creams that I've really enjoyed using after trying them all out over the summer for you guys is the Missha Perfect Cover in number 23, which is what I have on today. And then the VIP Gold Edition of the Skin 79 BB cream. I really like both of these. And then the drugstore foundation, I really enjoy the Rimmel Lasting Finish. I think I've talked about this before, and maybe even last year, I don't remember. But I really enjoyed this foundation. And then, of course, in the foundation realm, to set everything, I enjoy, and I've talked about 800 times, talked it to death, the Laura Mercier Loose Minerals in Natural Beige. I use this with the Sephora 55 brush, a la Lisa D1, all over my face to set everything. So I really very, very much enjoy that. And I also found out that I enjoy the finish of the Milani Multitasker, which look like this, compact wise. And it gives the same kind of coverage. It gives more of a velvet finish though than a kind of I feel like the Laura Mercier gives more of a dewy finish. This gives more of a velvet finish, but I do really enjoy that. So felt like it had to be included. Concealer wise, one that I discovered this year, and that was another thing I tried to do. If I could, I tried to include my favorites, things that I discovered this year, and there might be other favorites that I have, but these are ones that I necessarily discovered this year. Anyway, so for blemishes on my face, I did like this for under eyes, and I talked about this in another video, but this is the CoverGirl and Olay concealer. I really like how this goes over my blemishes on my face. So I found that I ended up preferring this for blemishes on my face. And then under my eyes, I just did a review on this. And I will try to remember to link below anything that I say I did a review on. This is the Giorgio Armani Master Corrector in number 2. No, that's a lie. This is the Giorgio Armani Maestro Eraser, in number 2. And this is the Master Corrector. I like to use this before all of my foundation. And then I use this as my under eye concealer. Love both of those. Okay, I think that's it for the kind of base stuff. Blush-wise, I have 3 favorites. 2 drugstore, 1 high-end. And again, these are ones that I discovered this year. I do have lots of blush favorites. But the Milani Mineral Powder in Mai Tai. I really, really like this one, and that's what I'm wearing today. And then also the Physicians Formula in Rosy Glow. Now, there are a lot of products from Physicians Formula that say rosy in them. The one that I talk about all the time is this one in Rosy Glow. So it's in this kind of packaging. I'm showing this because there's been some confusion. And it looks like this on the bottom. So hopefully that will clear that up. I just love this for kind of a nice go-to blush where you don't want to, you can wear it with just about anything. And then from the higher end of things, my Tom Ford Frantic Pink. I really, really enjoy this blush. There are a few more Tom Ford blushes I'd like to try, but you know, no rush, right? Bronzers, a new one this month, or this year, from drugstore actually, was the Revlon Photo Ready Bronzed and Chic. Which looks like this. And I actually, a few weeks ago, I just want to mention, a few weeks ago I recorded the, my drugstore foundation routine that I kind of grew to like during drugstore December. So, like I said, I recorded that a few weeks ago, and I will get that uploaded for you, hopefully on Thursday. We shall see. But anyway, I used this in that. And then from the higher end of things, I still really enjoy my Chocolate Soleil Too Faced bronzer. And I use these more for bronzing. I don't, as you know, sculpt my cheeks. Also in the powder realm, I just want to talk about this because this started this year, I'm fairly certain. And this is setting my under eye concealer with the e.l.f. Complexion Perfection. I really enjoy that. It's, you know, for a drugstore, it's really very finely milled. It really does great things for under eye for me, and really sets everything and brightens everything, and I really very much enjoy that. And then highlighters, I also have two new ones this year, one from drugstore, one from high-end. High-end is the, I know it's been talked to death, the Mary Luminizer, which looks like that. For the sake of, I haven't been swatching everything for the sake of time. You know, I don't need to take up an hour of your time, right? And that, well, I didn't show you the first one, but this is the Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana, which my cover has come off of. So I really like this. I was surprised at how much I liked that. You probably won't see them there, but there they are next to each other. The more intense one is the Mary Luminizer. So I have a few different kind of eyeshadow categories. The first one I'm going to talk about is cream eyeshadows. Well, cream, or kind of the different kind of texture. So the first two that I have are the ones that are really similar to each other, and that's the L'Oreal Infallible and then the Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill. My favorite, and was new this year, is the number 27, which looks like that. It's just a really pretty, when you look at it, it looks like silver and kind of cranberry. And then when you mix it together, that's what it looks like. It's just gorgeous. And that was actually a suggestion to me from a Giorgio Armani makeup artist out in, I think he's in New York. And then my hands down favorite color from the Infallibles is Amber Rush, which you have all seen before. In that same kind of category, I just wanted to talk about, and this is what I'm wearing today on my eyes as my main lid color, the Chanel Illusion d'Ombre in Ebloui. Just gorgeous. I come back to this and come back to it and come back to it. Really, really pretty. And my favorite, by the way, side note, my favorite brush to apply that with, I've had questions on that before, is the MAC 242. I really like how that puts the color on, and it doesn't wipe it away. It actually packs on the color. Some brushes don't work so well with that. Hands down, my favorite MAC paint pot this year has been, aside from Painterly, which doesn't really count, is Constructivist, which that's a really heavy swatch. Let me wipe some of that off. It's just really, really, really pretty on there. So creative. It's really, really, really pretty. And then a new one to me this year was an Illamasqua Cream Pigment that was sent to me by my friend Sandy. And this is in Delirium. That's what it looks like. And it looks like I've hardly used it all, and I've used it a bunch. It's just the prettiest color of mauve. I mean, it's the only one I have, so there might be other ones I like better, but that's what it looks like right there. Okay, there are a few single shadows that I just want to touch on. You know, they're bound to be taupe, right? So the two from the drugstore, this has been talked about a million times. This isn't new for this year, but because I used it so much, I just feel like I need to talk about it again. And that's Nutty from Wet n Wild, which looks like that. Just the prettiest taupe. Easy, 99 cents. And then of course I don't know, how many times can I talk about the shadow? This is True Taupe from NYX. I just got this actually for a friend, got one for a friend of mine at Ulta, which is where I get this. A couple people have asked me. It's just a really pretty drugstore transition color. I mean, there's nothing really spectacular about it, aside from that it blends very nicely, does the job, it lasts. Okay, and then if I have two high-end singles that I have enjoyed all year long. One of them, I don't talk about this as much as I used to, but I do still wear it quite a bit. And this is the Le Métier Débutée in Corinthian. Beautifulness. There. And Midnight Brown from Burberry. I know, it's a big shocker. It just makes me happy every single time. You can use it with everything. I have two quads that are my favorites. One, I'm not going to go into this because I did just talk about it. The Truth from Bare Minerals. It looks like that for me. It's my perfect everyday quad when I don't want to think, much like my tag said. And then drugstore, my favorite quad was definitely the Maybelline Designer Chocolates, which looks like this. I'm not sure if it looks exactly like this anymore. I keep meaning to look when I'm in the drugstore. What makes this different is this really beautiful cranberry color here. And I really like that. Side note, I can't remember, I think I did a tutorial on that. Over Pomegranate Punk, that color tattoo. Which, by the way, I also like Bad to the Bronze. I forgot to talk about that. Okay, I couldn't really, there wasn't really a drugstore, you know, palette that I loved that I could think of. But high-end, one that really stood out to me this year, and you actually will be surprised because everybody's talked about the Pro, but I think it's the Loran Unzipped palette for me. Today, for instance, I have Ebloui over the lid, and then I have Untamed on the outside and into the crease. I used this Unconditional as a transition color, and Undercover as a highlight. I don't know, I love warm colors, and this is definitely a warm color palette. I think I did a 4 looks 1 palette video on this one, and so I will link that below as well. So I very much enjoyed that palette. That wins for me, hands down. Okay, eyeliners. I'm just going to talk about a couple that I discovered this year because I like lots of different eyeliners. Avon Super Shock. I mean, you can sometimes find these on eBay, so just look every once in a while. These were sent to me by a friend that lives in Ireland that has access to them. This is the one in Blackberry. I mean, I like the one in black, but this one in Blackberry has just been my favorite all year round. I've talked about that a lot. Hopefully you can see that that's Blackberry. And then drugstore-wise, the Revlon Color Stay. I'm really impressed with these. They don't go on quite as creamily, if that's a word, as I would like, but they do go on. They stay nicely, and they stay in my tight line, which is, I do more tight lining than I do water lining, but I really enjoy that. Mascara wise, the one I don't have to show you, I will link below though when I did the review on this, because I did a rave review, and it's the Covergirl Professional Super Thick Lash. Found that this year, loved it. Think it's a great drugstore mascara. It's $5, just awesome. I've made a bunch of people buy them. I have one purchased to send to a friend. I just think that they're a great product. Also, the Essence Multi-Action Mascara. This was new for me, whoops, this year. This was a nice mascara as well, which is what I'm wearing today. And then my old standby is still high-end Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. This is one from a kit. The one from the store is kind of in that leatherette kind of packaging, but great mascara. Eyebrows, and the ones that I have are actually in packages because they're backups, because one of my things, and I will do a video on what I'm trying to kind of use up in 2013. But anyway, I have a MAC in Fling, right? Yes, Fling, that I really enjoy. But from the drugstore, I just love this. And when I'm wearing this is usually when I get the most compliments on my brows. And this is the Maybelline Define a Brow. And I use the one in medium, or I have the one in medium brown. I think the one in dark blonde is the one I like most, but they discontinued some of the colors. I don't know. At any rate, I really enjoyed the application of this in the real small little teeny tiny thing. Right now I have some that are open that I need to use up before I can break into either of those. Lip products, still beyond a shadow of a doubt, my favorite glosses, high-end or drugstore, are the NYX Mega Shine glosses. I don't wear a ton of gloss. I don't let myself buy too much anymore, which we'll talk about in that video, because I don't wear them enough. My two favorite colors are beige, which is the one that's pink, not really beige, and then natural. And they look like that. There's beige and natural. I just really enjoy it. I like how they smell. A lot of people don't like how they smell. I do. Lipstick wise, so I wipe that off before it's all over me. Drugstore, hands down. And again, this wasn't, I didn't necessarily pick drugstore. This just is from the drugstore. The Revlon Colorburst line, I am so sad that they are discontinuing these. I found out too late and they are gone. I think I have 6 of them, which is fine. It's not like I need one in every color, because let's face it, I wear the same colors. But this one is in mauve. And I've talked about, I think I maybe talked about this in Drugstore December wrap up. Looks like that. I just really fell in love with this color. And then I talked about this a bunch when I first got it. I still wear it all the time. I just don't talk about it quite as much. And this is my Hourglass lipstick in Whisper. This was a gift to me from Josh. And the packaging is luxe. It feels nice in the hand. And the color, just, it's a Kristin color and then some. There you go. All right, a couple of brushes and then I am done. Hopefully this isn't too long. I'm sorry if it is. I just wanted to pick a couple of standout brushes to me this year. So I will do the one that I'm certain you guys are sick of hearing me talk about. And this is my Quo crease brush. I got this from a friend in Canada. I actually have another one on its way to me from another friend in Canada. Very excited to have this brush. It just is perfect for transition color. For me, it's just perfect. I love this brush. I think it's something about the way that it's cut. Maybe if I show you, I don't know. It comes to a little bit of a point, but not too much of a point. I don't know. Love this brush. And it's not too loose, but it's not too dense. It's perfect. And then also, and this is, I bought the Sigma Performance Kit. And of all of the brushes, this is the one, really the only one that I like. So I hope that they start selling it singly, because I don't necessarily know that the whole kit is worth the cost. The whole kit is not worth the cost of this one brush, but I really enjoy this. This is the E21 smudge brush. It's really tiny. Let me see if I can show you. So this is a MAC, or well, like the MAC 214, the Sigma E20, so you can see the difference between the two of them. I love this for putting shadow underneath, or if I put a liner on that I really want to smudge out, or smudge out with shadow. It's a great, great, great brush. And then this was an awesome drugstore find. I love this brush, and when I got it, I hadn't heard anybody talk about it, or I hadn't paid attention to anybody talking about it. And now lots of people are talking about it, so that's awesome because I think it's a great brush. This is the Paris Presents blush brush. So it has a lot of nice give to it. I got this at Walmart. I think you can order it on Walmart.com as well. So yeah, I really like this for foundation. That's one of my favorite uses for it. But you can use it for blush or anything. Just a great, 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 great brush. Love that brush. And then my high-end love this year was and I bought this, I think in March, when I went to Chicago the first time before I went with the girls. And this is the Chanel No. 1 powder brush. I just really enjoy this brush. It's a nice brush. I'm going to try to show it to you without petting it like I did the last one. So, an awesome brush. I find that this brush is loose enough to just dust powder if you want, but it's also dense enough if you want to kind of do where you kind of press, you're kind of pressing powder into your skin in certain spots. You can do that with this one as well. A very, very nice brush. So that is it. Oh, by the way, I do have Whisper on my lips today. I was trying to remember to tell you guys everything as I went along as to what I have on my face today. And on my nails today, I have from Essie Swept. I didn't show this in the haul yet, but I just got this Swept Off My Feet. So I actually have polish on my nails today because I think they're actually back to a semi-decent state. So thank you guys so much for watching. I want to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. I think that a good chunk of the new ones have come over from Melissa at MPHS. I always say her name wrong. So Melissa, thanks so much for the sweet shout out in her video. Although she said that I was rough on her wallet, so I'm not so sure. I'm sorry in advance if I'm rough on any of your wallets. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.